24 asks if the cosine of negative 200 would be closer to 1, negative 1, or 0, and then to explain the answer. So I've cut out a unit circle here so we can look at it. So negative 200, remember that if this angle is negative, you're going to be going around the circle in the opposite direction that we normally go. So you're going to be going around clockwise rather than counterclockwise. So you're starting here, and you're going to go 200 degrees from here. Well, we know that over to here would be 180 degrees. So another 20 degrees would be somewhere about right here. It wouldn't be all the way up here, because remember, that's 30 degrees of a difference. So 20 degrees would be about right here. So negative 200 degrees would be the same as positive 160 degrees. Because again, if you think about trying to add up, if you go 200 degrees this way, you would need 160 degrees this way to add up to 360 total. So cosine of negative 200 is equivalent to the cosine of 160 degrees, positive 160 degrees. Which is not really, you don't need to necessarily know that to get the answer to this question, but you need to know that we're about at this spot over here where my finger is. And so right here, the question is, would the cosine be closer to 1, negative 1, or 0? 1 is over here, negative 1 is right here, and then the cosine being 0 would be right here, because remember that cosine corresponds to your x-coordinate. And so if you're about right here, your x-coordinate is very, very close to negative 1. It's not quite negative 1. We wouldn't hit that until I got to the 180 degree around the circle. But it's definitely not close to positive 1, and it's definitely not very close to 0 either, because it's kind of right out here on this edge. So the answer is that the cosine would be closest to negative 1.